Chapter 16. Do I have permission to do this? 16. Do I have permission to do this? As we contemplate whether to stay or leave, it can help to be alert to an important distinction lurking just beneath the surface of our choice, between what we want to do and what we feel we have permission to do. It might sound odd to speak of needing permission in this context. We know that, technically, we don't have to ask anyone to act. It's not as if we need to ask God, or our parents, or the authorities. Nevertheless, we may feel at some odd, semi-unconscious level, as though we couldn't just make a move simply because we alone wanted to. Our own considerations can weigh oddly little in our internal deliberations. As ever, a look back at the past may prove helpful in explaining our downgrading of ourselves. Many of us grow up with a sense that what we want doesn't rate highly in our priorities. Our early situation may have lent us an impression of danger around pressing our needs forward too vigorously. We may have grown up being used to complying with authority and sacrificing our aspirations in the name of receiving approval or not angering important others. We may be both in touch with what we want and internally bound to ignore our longings in favor of someone else's dictates. Our problem is not that we are confused, but that we haven't evolved the right kind of ruthlessness to look after ourselves. To liberate ourselves, we might ask ourselves a simple question. We should answer it quickly without taking much time to think, so as to access our deepest wish. If you were magically allowed to do whatever you wanted in this situation, what would you do now? We might try another question, to force ourselves to reckon with the voices of authority that can lurk in the adult mind far longer than they should. If we could guarantee you that this was all right to do, that it wasn't bad, that you were allowed to do what you wanted, what would you do? And finally, for good measure, what is your secret wish that we, the School of Life, would advise you to do here? If the answer in all cases is leave, then the problem is being falsely located. We don't have a stay or leave problem, we have a permission problem. We aren't emotionally ambivalent, we're lacking a sense of autonomy and agency. We know what we want, we just don't dare to act on it. It can be helpful to keep this distinction in mind. We won't then pretend to ourselves or our friends or therapists that we're trying to work out what we're seeking from our relationship. We'll understand that we're in search of permission to secure what we already know, in a very shy but very certain bit of our mind, we are after. We should have sympathy for ourselves for just how hard it may once have been for us to feel legitimate around our desires. For so long, we might not have felt that we could be respectable, safe, lovable or good, unless we stuck very closely to what other people sought from us. Parents, teachers, bosses and society more broadly. But we are living under a punishing and now unnecessary internal regime. We know what we aspire to. Now we have to take a basic step of adult life, to limit our search for permission to the only person we have really needed to consult on this all along, ourselves.